Hi guys, Pedro here from Zero Progress, and today we are bringing you an exciting video of our recent trip to the Doncaster Video Game Market. Now we got up bright and early this morning. Doncaster's a couple of hours from where we live. Filled ourselves up with coffee, and yeah, we are really excited to finally going back to buying some video games. It's been a couple of years since we last went, missed out on it last year due to the pandemic. But yeah, really excited to be here again. We're going to be doing a short little pickups video at the end, so let's get into it.
Okay, so that was our trip to Doncaster Game Market. We had a great time, real good day there, got some good pickups, and now I think it's time that we show people what we got, Pat.
Yeah, definitely. Really excited for this.
Right, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, as some of you may know, I've got a good collection of Game Boy Advance in box. I'm trying to go for all like the big hitters. Some games I'm not too fussed about, I just get the cartridge. I picked up Driver 3 in the box, got the manual and everything. That's a really good price. Really interesting about this game. It's a full 3D Game Boy Advance game. So just like as the original would play out. It doesn't have like the original cutscenes, but it has like screenshots of the original cutscene from the PS2 and Xbox versions.
Right.
So yeah, it's really good how they've done it. You can like walk. You still got City to walk around. Still.
I never played Driver 3 back in the day. I was all GTA 3. I never played Driver 3, but it was meant to be pretty good.
Having this back in the day is definitely a game I would recommend people try out. The fact that it plays on a Game Boy Advance is just...
This is one thing we noticed about the games when we went to the game market as well this time, was they all seem to come in some sort of wrapping. Obviously it's not factory sealed, but we've took most of them out now, but yeah, for the most part the games are in plastic wrapping.
So. Looked after, aren't they?
I'll go for Game Boy kind of game, so I got Mario vs Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis. So I basically picked this up because I've got the original one, the DS. I picked it up from a game store in a town near us not so long ago. They're just meant to be cool games. I just want to give it a go really. Plus I think there's only 2 of them, so it's nice to, I like having sets of stuff, so if we can get the sequel in pretty good condition, pretty good price. I think it's got the manual in for it, So yeah, that's really cool.
Really jealous. You got the first one last time we went, and now you got the second one. And I noticed that DS games there weren't really much to choose from.
The one. If I was going to say, if I was probably going to say some of the ranges of games, DS being one of them. there was some that weren't very broad, to be quite honest. You reckon the GameCube, they didn't have a massive section?
Yeah, GameCube, yeah. Like they
nothing worth getting, at least.
That's it. They had like some of the big hitters like Twilight Princess, sort of Skies of Arcadia.
I saw.
There weren't nothing else.
I think it's Path of Radiance, Fire Emblem. That was going for a pretty penny. So there was some expensive ones going for expensive price. But yeah. Crack on then, mate. Yeah, you turn next.
I'll do all these ones together. So on the Game Boy Advance cartridge only, I got Super Mario Advance and
Super Mario 2.
So when I picked this up, I thought this was Super Mario 3. Super Mario Advance, Super Mario 3. But obviously now I've got Super Mario Advance 2 to get now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been wanting this one for the collection for a while. Really happy I've got it. Interesting with this one that they do. It's almost like a bit of a It is a remaster. The graphics are slightly better.
I had a go on it when you brought it and we got it back here. I tried it on my modded Game Boy Advance. It looks great on the screen, but it definitely was a bit different. The character
talking and all that.
Yeah, the character select screen was quite different as well. But yeah, it was really cool actually.
Still the same music though.
Oh yeah,
Mario theme too.
It's good.
And then I just picked up a couple of original Game Boy games. I got Game & Watch Gallery, Worms, Mario and Yoshi, which is I've never seen that before, so that was really interesting to get, and Golf, which is
I actually I think these three, Golf, Mario and Yoshi. Now, back in the day I had a really good Game Boy collection, and obviously when the Game Boy Color and all those, I think I don't know if I threw them away. I went in the box and I forgot them, and I kick myself now, like with all these older console generations, like when I threw my Mega Drive out.
Yeah,
cool pick up. There was quite a lot of, I say quite a lot. There was a fairly decent selection of original Game Boy games. I did have a flick through quite a lot of them, but I didn't see anything that I was particularly interested in. But they weren't a bad price either. They were a couple of quid each. There's some that were a bit more, but right, what should I go for next? We'll go for a couple of these. So I've got Syphon. Actually, you got me this, didn't you, Pence? When I was there. Yeah. I've got Syphon Filter Logan Shadow, which I've never played, but it's cool to have another PSP game, and I ain't got any of the Syphon Filter games. And I also got Final Fantasy Tactics: War of the Lions. The last time it went, I kicked myself for not picking it up. It was only a little bit more than it was last time. One thing we did notice at the game market is a lot of the prices and a lot of the production just shot up. Everything was a lot more expensive than we went. But this was not too much more, but really good condition. It's got an art card. Apparently, it says there's one inside, and it is in there, manual and everything. Again, just trying to build up that Final Fantasy collection. So really happy to have the Final Fantasy Tactics game. Never played any of the Tactics Final Fantasy games before, so I'm looking forward to getting on that. Definitely.
Right, next up. I ain't got a lot to say about this one because I haven't played it yet. And I don't actually know anything about it. I saw it was going really cheap. Dragon's Crystal for the Sega Game Gear. Obviously now having the Game Gear, trying to build up my game.
It's cool, isn't it, when you eventually get like a console just sort of almost randomly, and then all of a sudden you realise actually I can collect for this now. So it's like you start seeing stuff like that. Well, back in the day you'd have been like. You'd saw that, thought, that's cool, but you're not going to pick it up because you can't play it on it. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, happy with that.
I'll go for some more old school ones. So there was a load of PS2 games there. They're going fairly cheap nowadays anyway, PS2 games. And I had a fairly good PS2 collection back in the day, and I ended up selling it or giving it away or throwing it. I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just trying to pick up a lot of the games that I had back then and just a couple that I'm interested in. One of the ones was The Warriors, Rockstar game, really cool game, really enjoyed this back in the day, so glad to have that again, go through that. And about the only two Grand Theft Auto games I didn't have to the PlayStation which I didn't actually know came out to the PS2, are Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, both in really good condition, got them off the same guy, as far as I'm aware, both got the manual and everything in them. Just great to have them, good price on them, so get in there with the Grand Theft Auto collection. I think the only one I need now out of all of them is the PSP version of Chinatown Wars, which I did see there, but I didn't end up picking up, but the price wasn't great on it, to be honest. So, but yeah,
they're quite hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
But I've only ever played Liberty City and Vice City Stories on the PSP.
PSP, yeah, that's where I thought they were. I think I have got them on the PSP as well, but yeah.
But although they run well, I think it's just on the PSP sometimes it struggles with only having that one analog stick. And
yeah, I'm assuming in that then you can use both analog sticks.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah,
right.
If I remember correctly. It's
yeah.
been
I'd
a long
imagine
time
so.
since
If they ported it, I'd imagine it makes sense. But yeah, really cool find there.
Oh, cool.
What we got next then?
This one here,
Oh, yeah.
I was looking for this one for ages. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. I should have got it when it first came out. I kind of missed out on it, and I realised that the price has been shooting up on it quite a lot. I found it for an absolute amazing price. Well, in the last lockdown, I tried playing Majora's Mask on my GameCube. I've never completed the game, and I was adamant this time. This is going to be the time that I completed it. Got fairly far into it, and it just crashed. And got really frustrated with it. I just couldn't carry on because obviously you can't save it as you normally would as a normal game. You can only save it when you go back in time. So I did like a whole dungeon and nearly did the next dungeon, and then it crashed. So I just stopped playing it. And I thought, well, next time I play it, I'm gonna play it and beat it on the 3DS. So now I can start that.
I mean, I think some people have said they all, there's always purists out there which are like, oh, the original's better, anything they've done to it they didn't like. But I've heard a lot of other people say that it's quite a good port, it's nice having the 3D, a couple of quality of life changes. Yeah, that's the only place I want to play, because you've been trying to get me to play it for ages, but I've got the 3DS version of it for a few years now, and that's the only one I want to play.
It's just a shame they never made like the Nintendo 3DS TV where you can port and project it.
I see what you're saying. I suppose maybe they could have done something with 3D TVs, but they're not really very popular anymore. It's a bit of a gimmick.
No,
it seems it's just died a death on it 3D. But right, okay, let's go something a bit more recent then. So I managed to pick up Shantae Half Junior Hero Ultimate Edition. It was sealed, but I've since opened it, so I could pop it in and have a quick look at it. But yeah, after getting into Metroidvanias, and they're not all Metroidvanias, but some of the Shantae games have got that kind of feel to them. They're just, I thought they looked quite cool, really, more than anything. But they have shot up in price again. I think there's 5 different Shantae games to the Switch, and as far as I can tell, most of them were limited run releases. And like with anything with a limited run release, it goes up in value. People scalp it. I don't want to keep banging on about the price of anything, games now. That's not why we're collecting it to do that, but it's one thing that is affecting us at the minute, because it's affecting the way we collect these games. So I would love to have a full set of the Shantae games, but I don't think I ever am, because I think a couple of the other ones were 300 quid a piece. But basically, picked that up for a really good price. Just seen it randomly there. There weren't many Switch games. I don't think I saw any PS5 games. I was quite surprised, because it's not necessarily a retro game market, is it?
No,
Even though it seems not more of that stuff there, but yeah, in the very few Switch games I saw there, that was in there for a real good price. So really happy to have that. Can't wait to get stuck into it, really.
It's cool. Yeah, really jealous. Really.
I was so happy when I found that. I was like, wow. And then I looked at the price. I was like, yes, that'll do.
So with these ones, I don't really collect imports. I've got nothing against them. It's just I think.
You have. You don't like the Japanese writing.
Yeah. With my manuals, I'm just really particular.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely with the manuals, I can see what you're saying.
So with these two, these are more probably just as I like the artwork. I like having it on a cartridge.
I wonder if there is any English on it though.
It'd be
interesting. I mean, to be fair, for stuff like Donkey Kong or whatever, can you remember some of the games back in the day? They did used to have 5 languages at the beginning.
Yeah,
still be.
I'll have to try it out. I'm not sure if they'll work in my Super, because these are Super Famicom games. So it's Final Fantasy 6 and Super Donkey Kong on the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo for us.
Is Super Donkey Kong Country though?
Yeah, I believe so.
It looks like it.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country had Diddy Kong.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Donkey Kong Country. But yeah, these fit the European Super Nintendos. That was the shape of our cartridges.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing stopping you. So unless that's a slightly different size or there's something to do with the chip itself,
So yeah, I've been meaning to look up on the internet to see if they will work. I mean, I'll just try it and have that surprise.
Get
But again, like it's obviously if they're only in Japanese only, then I'm not too fussed. As I just think they look cool and it'll be like a nice, almost like artwork for my game room.
Yeah, no, they're just a cool find though, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's it. And they're so cheap. So
yeah, and to be fair, stuff like Donkey Kong, it doesn't really matter if you can't read anything on there anyway, because there's not really any text.
Yeah, that's it.
And to be fair, that Donkey Kong Country's got one of the best soundtracks ever. My God, that aquatic ambience, the water level music is one of my favourite bits ever. It's so good. You might struggle a bit more with Final Fantasy VI if you can't put it in English, but again, it's just a cool find, isn't it? But, okay, I'll go for these then. Right, so, just trying to collect a little bit for the PS1. So PS1 and PS2, I up until recently had no games for them, so just started collecting for them again. So just games I used to have back in the day. So I've got Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. Just trying to go for a full set of Gran Turismo games, and I think with these two, I do have a full set now. I've got 3 for the PS2, 4 for the PS2, 5, 6 for the PS3, and then well, it's not 7, it's Sport, but 7's coming out soon as well. It's just really cool. I know these might be considered unplayable nowadays, especially when you can play Gran Turismo Sport on the PS4. It plays so good, the graphics are so good, but again, more of a collection thing, and you know, they're in good nick, and they came with, I didn't realise it had to, oh yeah, arcade mode and a campaign mode. But yeah, got the manual and everything, so yeah, just thought that was a really cool find. Good price as well on those. PS1 and PS2 games, pretty cheap at the minute. Pretty cheap.
I love, so with Gran Turismo 2, I played on this about 3-4 months ago, and what I love about like these old arcade racing simulator games is it seemed like the cars from when I was younger, that were popular at the time. So you know,
the sort of cars that we actually have now, because we can't necessarily afford a brand new car or anything, so we end up having some of these cars. Don't we?
That's it. Like stuff like Audi TT and that. Like when I remember seeing that, it's like I'll never ever get to be in that car because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
And like,
and now you can have.
Now I can own one. So yeah, no, and. On the verge of being unplayable, I think like, it was just amazing. Like,
the graphics were good at the time. I remember playing it and thinking, wow, this looks like real life. And obviously it doesn't look like that now. But I think the polygons are a little bit shaky, if I remember rightly. But that's cool.
It's definitely still playable. So this one, I never played this one before. I only heard about it. I think my brother used to own it when I was younger. And that's Fax Anadu for the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. So this is like an old school RPG adventure. I wouldn't really. It's not an RPG as in like Final Fantasy. It's not turn based. It's like a side scroller.
Is it side scrolling?
Yes, it's side.
So a little bit like, is it Zelda 2?
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Zelda 2,
It's got a story. It's got like quite an in-depth.
To be honest, then, okay, so I'd probably put it in the vein of stuff like what's it called, Wonder Boy and Monster World and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Almost Metroidvania-ish. It's nearly a Metroidvania where you'll go so far until you can get your cart, and then you need to get a key. Yeah, that sounds cool, though.
Yeah, that's it. It's a really interesting game. I don't actually have a working NES yet.
Do you have one, or do you?
No. I've got a broken one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It used to work years ago, but it just doesn't work. So I just need a working one now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I could just play these all emulated, but it just takes that magic away. I love like playing them on original game on the original system, original controller.
That little square controller.
So it's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, really happy.
I want to see that as well, because I think a lot of the Metroidvania-esque sort of almost platform with maybe a bit of a story, a bit more than like, rather than just levels sort of thing like Sonic or Mario. I like a lot of those old ones. Like I say, I really like Wonder Boy in Monster World. I think that was for the Mega Drive and the Master System. That was just an awesome game. When I was a kid, I was like mind blown by like how big it seemed, and the fact that it was like just one continuous world.
Yeah,
no levels or anything.
You can like talk to people. You can go to shops.
I played that on an emulator a few years back, and I still really enjoyed it. So it's quite. There's certain games I think maybe more than stuff like Gran Turismo that hold up a bit more maybe. Okay, so I'll go for a couple of things that are on that. So Ped's found this, and it's the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee official trainers guide, and the Kanto region Pokedex as well. It was unopened, good price. I like my manuals. I've not got any. I don't think I've got any Pokemon strategy guide. Strategy guides. Apparently, it's got a region map, bookmark, and sticker set as well. And it looks like it's properly sealed. I don't know if it is or whether it's been resealed, but either way, it was a good price, and I'd quite like to collect a few of them. Again, it'd be nice to have one from each region, because it'd be nice to have all of the Pokemon, almost like a full Pokedex by having all the Pokemon, just like an nerdy little thing that I'm quite into. But I just thought it was really cool. I'm glad you found that, because again, yeah, good value on that.
Yeah. Go back to Super Nintendo, picked up Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
So, this game, like, I've never played this much as a kid. All I remember here is it had the terrible, like, voice work in it.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like,
it just like...
Oh, okay, yeah.
It sounded like it was recorded, like, on an old Sony Ericsson.
I mean,
that was, like, in a pocket.
It was recorded on something much worse than that, probably. In fact, I think it was probably made with, like, a voice synthesizer or something, because, yeah, you know, that's how they did it back in the day.
But the reason why I never played these sorts of fighting games is because I just sucked at them. So
I remember a friend of mine having that. It was me who pushed him to get it, because he's collecting for the SNES, and I think this is one of the best fighting games on the SNES. I think Clay Fight was meant to be pretty good, but I remember me and a friend of mine like playing that a lot back in the day and learning a load of the moves on it and stuff. Obviously, you've got, I know you got stuff like Street Fighter, and you've got like your classics, which we all know. But Killer Instinct, I think sometimes is a little bit overlooked. It had a wicked soundtrack. When my mate bought it, it come with an actual CD soundtrack, which was a bit weird back in the day. You know, in a SNES game coming with it, and we listened to the hell out of that soundtrack. It was really good, really good. That's a cool game. And again, having it on the black cartridge, it's just different, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think it was wasn't very pricey either, was it?
No. That's it. So I'm looking forward to now going to it, seeing it.
Have you got two SNES controllers?
Yeah.
Have you? Oh mate, I want to play that. I'm so excited about playing that. It's an awesome game, man. I love Killer Instinct. Okay, let's go for a couple more strategy guides before some more games. Okay, so I managed to get Final Fantasy 15, what looks like the collector's edition official strategy guide. I was quite happy to realise it came with all the gubbins, so map and all that sort of stuff. Really good condition. It was on the same stall as this Rogue Galaxy strategy guide, and again, considering how old this probably is, because this is a PS2 game, it's in really good condition. It's obviously just been sat on someone's shelf for a long time. I managed to get them both as a good deal. I picked them both up, said how much, and the guy said something, and I was sort of like, oh, I don't know. And he was like, oh, but you know, Rogue Galaxy. And I was like, no, I get it. And then he says, make me an offer, and I made an offer, and he took it straight away. So I was like, right, sweet. And I think I got away with a bit of a steal there. So, yeah, happy to have a little bit of bartering. He was happy with the price, and I got two really cool guides out of it. I've got Rogue Galaxy for the PS2 as well, so I can actually play it and follow the guide. Apparently, it's meant to be a good RPG, and any RPGs... I'm willing to give a shot. Yeah. My favourite genre, pretty much. So.
That's cool, though. That's cool that you found that. So I was determined when we were going to the Doncaster Game Market that I wanted to pick up at least one Dreamcast game, because I've got a very, very lonely Dreamcast game. I think I only have 2 or 3. Yeah. And those are what I picked up when we last went. So. Yeah. Only managed to pick up one game that really caught my eye. The rest were just either too expensive, or I just wasn't really that interested in them. Deadly Skies. So I suppose the closest thing this is like is Ace Combat, which is cool. Like I like a good like.
Yeah, I've never seen.
What would you call it? A rail shooter? Would you?
I don't think Ace Combat was. I think Ace Combat back in the day was like you could fully control it. I think it's just like a flight combat game. It's sort of its own genre, really, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think there's many. Is it that? I thought it was a shoot 'em up, but no, it is actually. Yeah, it is like Ace Combat style game. There wasn't a lot of Dreamcast stuff there.
No, and that's it. Last time we went, I do remember like there being like hundreds of Dreamcast games. Yeah. So. Yes, I was interested. A Konami game as well.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
there's certain developers that, you know, I think, you know, were worth a chance at. you know, Atlas and Konami and stuff. If you see a game made by them, maybe even Square Enix as well, and it's not one that you've ever really heard of or played, it might be worth a decent price.
Yeah.
Right, let's try. Oh, this is something actually you got, and you've got a game that I got. Ped's basically picked this game up, he already had it, so I ended up with it, and you may as well show your one that I did that with as well at the same time.
Soul Calibur 3.
I picked up Soul Calibur 3 because I was going for a full Soul Calibur set, which I think I've got now, maybe apart from 4, maybe I've got more. But I thought I was missing Soul Calibur 3. We do have an app on our phone that we've got all our games in, and for whatever reason I didn't look at it and just like, oh, I'm sure I ain't got that. Now I have. So he's ended up with Soul Calibur 3 and I've ended up with Legacy Kane. So this is my first original Xbox game. Not ever, used to have an Xbox, like with everything, I sold it or gave it away. So unless it plays on the 360, which I have got an Xbox as well actually, but I'm going to maybe start collecting for the Xbox at some point.
I had 3 Xboxes, and one of them was Logan's old Crystal Xbox, but it didn't read. Oh no, it did read games, but it just, the hard drive I think was a bit faulty on it, wasn't it? I
sent it off when I got it. I bought the Crystal Xbox when it came out, around the time of Halo 2, just after something like that, and I bought it when it came out because I thought it looked really cool. And I always had problems with it. It used to stutter in games, and I don't know if it was the hard drive or whether something was wrong with the processor. I sent it back, and I got it back a month later. It took a month to get back, so I've got this console that I want to play games on, and it ain't working. Probably Halo 2 at the time, maybe. And no, it turns out that they sent a little bit of paper and says the problem with it was the DVD drive, but we fixed it, and it didn't fix it at all. It was exactly the same problem. It was clearly something like the hard drive. We've now swapped the shell for a working Xbox. So we've got a Crystal Xbox, but with a working, possibly hacked, I think. It's a hacked Xbox as well. I think it allows you to play NTSC and PAL games, or I don't know if
we randomly picked that one up from a car boot as well. So
it worked alright.
Something that we never had, and then I've got my original Xbox that I just had when I was younger. So.
I mean, the original Xbox was near enough a PC inside, so it's quite interchangeable what you can do. So we just made a decent version out of what we had, didn't we? Yeah. And used the Crystal Xbox shell. So cool. What have you got? I'll go again because we sort of went in order again then. I go for the PS1 again. So trying to complete my Soul Calibur and Tekken collection. I got SoulBlade, which is basically Soul Calibur 1, and Tekken 2 in a one sort of disc set there. It looked like it came in good, actually really good condition. The manual looks like it never actually been touched. I don't mind these little collections. I did actually see SoulBlade and Tekken 2 on their own while we was there, and probably not far off the same price, but I ain't got much nostalgia or anything for it. I just really want to have both the games, so having them in one box don't really bother me, so I thought that was pretty cool. Anything it saves me a bit of shelf space. And then the original Tekken, which I don't think I've ever owned. I think I had Tekken 3 and then Tekken Tag Tournament for PS2, which is really cool. And a bit of a different box as well to what we usually have as well. We don't usually have that sort of box.
So the PS1 had like 3 types of different boxes. It had like the black, this one with the black covering. Syphon Filter games came in.
Oh, okay, well. yeah. That's the first time, maybe Syphon Filter actually, but one of the first times I've seen that. But both in good condition. It's good collecting for PS1 and PS2 at the minute, I'm finding. There's some good stuff out there. The prices aren't too bad.
I just wanted to say on a note, I kept seeing I saw loads of these bundle games, like 2 games, PS1 games. Like they had loads of different types of games. I think I've got one in my collection. I forgot what it is, but I just thought it was just like a one-off. I didn't know it was like a regular thing that they did.
I've got the Driver 1 and 2. I showed him one of the other pickups videos, didn't I?
Oh yeah, that was it.
Driver 1 and 2.
Right. So for my PS2, I've got Kengo. Is it Kengo?
It looks like it, yeah. That's cool. I've never seen that game before. That's cool, man.
Never seen it before myself. This is a samurai fighting game.
Ubisoft, by the way, as well, yeah.
Yeah, just looked really interesting. So definitely worth a try. And then this one, I've been looking for. Been trying to find this a while for a decent price, and I found it for the best price I've seen it as, and the best version of it. With it comes with like a sleeve. Scarface, The World Is Yours. Have you ever played this before?
I've not played any of the Scarface games. I remember you playing either Scarface or Mafia. Was it on the PS2 back when we used to game together a little bit?
Yeah,
I think
Mafia.
I remember you playing one. Maybe Mafia.
Yeah, this one I played on my own. So it's just like a GTA like spin off, if you like. Playing as Tony.
A clone, isn't it?
So have you watched Scarface?
I've never actually seen the movie.
Oh, so it's like it plays as without trying to give any spoilers away from the end. It plays a different spin off from the end, so it carries on from the end of the movie. So, which is really interesting.
Oh, what, the game carries on from the end of the movie?
Directly from the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
From
No,
where the
that,
cutscenes
right,
are, the credits roll. It carries on from there. And
that's cool. Is that that's Sierra as well?
Yeah. Sierra published it. Yeah, which is they published a few games that came out for the like original Xbox.
Yeah, we don't see much of that really over here, do we? Yeah.
But really good game. Recommend it for anyone. Like if you're just looking for.
I remember you picking it up. That was on that stall. There was a particular stall that we went to. The prices were okay. Well, pretty much what we can pick them up for on, our local CEX shop, which is the second-hand shop that basically specialises in games and electronics, and or maybe even eBay. So a lot of the games I saw there, I was like, I could get these for this price anytime, so I wasn't really fussed. But he had a good selection.
Yeah.
He had a really good selection. I did see someone had already picked it up, Xenogears 2. I really wanted that. I want to get the full set for the PlayStation 2, but he had it in his hand. It looked like it was in mint condition, but it was that was off the same guy. He had a good selection. Okay, so let's go for Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I don't think I've actually ever played a Castlevania game before.
You're not. The only one I ever played is Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, that's meant to be the best one.
Yeah, and I didn't even play that on the PlayStation 1. I played.
That's what helped define the Vania part of Metroidvania. So it would have been Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night. I guess there probably would have been more before that, but I think that particular one, I think it's a PlayStation 1 game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a PlayStation 1 game, but I first played it on
I'd hate to think how much
the 360. I think when they'll bring this out, the 360 on Xbox Arcade had Castlevania Symphony of the Night as a free to play. So that's how I first. It's the only Castlevania game I played, and I loved it.
As far as I'm aware, it doesn't play like a traditional 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania. It's more of a 3D-ish, or maybe like a 2.5D. I just remember some people saying it was quite good. It was a pretty good price. It's got a bit of sticker gunk on there, which we can soon get off or whatever. But apart from that, it seems to be in fairly good nick, manual in that. I just thought, Castlevania game that I haven't got for the PS3, because I like collecting for the PS3 as well. Thought I'll give it a shot. So I'm quite happy to have that, and I would like to actually give that a go, because I'm on a Metroidvania hype at the minute, and the only reason I haven't touched the Castlevania games is because I mainly collect physical, and Castlevania games are so expensive. I really want some of the DS and Game Boy Advanced ones, and something like Symphony of the Night for the PS1. I'd love that, but not happening. Not happening.
So a couple of Xbox games that I picked up. What's this? Mech Assault 2? Oh no, sorry, Mech Assault 1 this is.
Yeah.
I've got the second one I picked up not too long ago. Just playing as a mech, going around shooting things, blowing stuff up. So yeah, always fun to have in the collection. This one I can't actually say that.
Genma Onimusha.
Yeah, I ain't gonna attempt to say that because I won't be able to get that out of my tongue.
Is that an Xbox exclusive?
No, because Xbox exclusives have.
Of course, they do the only on Xbox on it. It's just because I've got a few Omniscia games for the PS2, I haven't got that one.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't think I have anyway.
This is why I picked it up, because again, never seen it.
So a lot of the Onimusha games are numbered, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
But there is Warlords, I think. Yeah, not too sure on that one. That's interesting. But yeah, I've not seen that one before.
Yeah, it's just nice to have almost like an action game.
I like the Onimusha games. I had the first one for the PS2. Capcom has a bit of a Resident Evil feel to it. I don't know if that one is the same, but they use the tank controls and the tank controls and fixed camera angles and pre-rendered backgrounds. I love that. I really miss pre-rendered backgrounds. Tank controls, I got used to them, but whatever with that. But the pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. Yeah. I remember it being a fun game. I remember it getting quite hard, but I remember it being very well made, and I really enjoyed what I did play of it. I basically got stuck about halfway through one of them, I think, and putting it down because I just could not get get past it. But okay, so I'll do a couple more guides. Basically, the game shows, the game market rather. I'm always looking out for guides and stuff now because a lot of guides are pretty expensive on eBay and stuff, and you don't get them in the shops really anymore. So I just pick up any that I think are a decent price. So I picked up Red Dead Redemption 1. I think is it the. I don't know if it's the official guide, but it's a Brady Games signature series, and it does have the Rockstar logo, so possibly the official one. Again, really. Oh, it's a little. Yeah. Some sort of.
It's a map. Yeah.
I think you have to actually rip it out. Wow, that's amazing. So the map's still in there, it was just never taken out. You have to actually tear it out of it. So yeah, cool. Got the map and everything.
It says it's an official strategy guide there as well.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, excellent. Just really happy to have it. There's certain games that I do believe are worth having a strategy guide for, and RPG and big open world games, so like anything like that where there's a lot of collectibles or a lot of secret things you can find. I like having strategy guides for, so that's a really good addition to the collection. And on the same stall, he also had LA Noire. Again, it wasn't really a bad price. I just picked it up because I thought it looked cool. I thought, it's another Rockstar one. So, and again, in really good condition. A couple of
sticker
marks and stuff. I think with a bit of a heat gun or whatever. I didn't want to peel it anymore because I didn't want to rip the front, but I think a heat gun or a warm sponge or something to take them off. But really cool to have that. I really enjoyed both of those games back in the day, so really happy to have the guides for them. I've got one more left.
Rockstar was knocking it out of the park.
They really was back in the day. I missed that era of Rockstar. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but at the minute, not for me.
So, picked up a couple of PS1 games. The first one, Alien Trilogy, great.
Excellent game.
Yeah, great game.
Love that back in the day.
Heart of Darkness, never played this one before. It's an RPG, I believe, is it?
I don't know if it's like a RPG action platform or something like that. I'm not too sure. I remember it being quite good. I don't think it's a like a level based game, like with stages rather. So I think it is sort of maybe a bit like that Faxanadu or something, possibly like that maybe.
So the back of like look, the bits of video game that they show looks really interesting.
Yeah, the screenshots.
Never seen it before, so yeah.
I've heard of Heart of Darkness. I remember back in the day people going on about it, and I never got it myself. So that seems like, and it's Ocean as well. I remember them doing some good gaming back in the day.
Yeah. Last one. This is the one that I really want to pick up to complete my Syphon filter.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah, this was
Syphon filter 1.
Yeah, this is what you said before you went, because I said, what are some games that would be interested in? Like definitely trying to get there, something we'd be particularly looking for, and Syphon filter was one of the ones you said, wasn't it?
There's that plastic casing.
Oh yeah.
So Syphon filter 1 always came in this.
That's very weird, isn't it?
Oh look, it's got the
it's got the receipt.
It's got the original receipt in there. Game stores from London. This game came from as well. How much did it cost?
I'm looking for the date. It was 30 quid. It just. 99.
The 2nd of the 8th, 1999.
1999. Amazing.
That's I'm gonna keep that in there.
Yeah, definitely. I love finding little bits like that.
Yeah. Like,
was this 2 discs as well?
No, the second one was 2 discs.
This
one was just 1 disc.
I did play both Syphon filters back. I loved those games.
Yeah, the Syphon filter series, like I feel they've been forgotten about now. And
they were like the James Bond games that I always wanted back in the day. When Syphon filter 1 came out, I absolutely loved it. When 2 came out, I just loved it. All the loads of gadgets, like sniping with night vision scopes on that park level and stuff. I just loved those games. They were really good. If they could do a new version of that with new graphics, but still with all the gadgets, make it nerdy, and that you have to, because they were a little bit like they were sort of going a bit Splinter Cell-ish,
yeah, because they had like levels where you had to just be.
I'm not sure if this was before Splinter Cell, was it?
Oh yeah, long before. Yeah, Splinter Cell didn't come out until the original Xbox.
Yeah, PS2 as well. When Splinter Cell 1 was PS2. Yeah, I thought so. Splinter Cell went a similar route, didn't they?
Yeah. But I'd say Syphon filter was more action in the sense of like a lot of levels you were just gunning down people. Definitely. So.
But it's just them gadgets and stuff that were really cool in it. Like, I miss games with that. What did we play recently like that? That had loads of gadgets and stuff in it. What was it, like Time Splitters or something?
Yeah, Time Splitters was like that.
It was either Nightfire or Agent Under Fire. We played it on the PS2, and he had his little watch, and you flick through the things, and we had to laser the door off a safe. Yeah. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, why don't we do that in games anymore? Where you've got these little gadgety things rather than just shooting something or just tapping a button to open something. It's like you've got to look through what gadgets you got and actually laterally think about how am I going to get in there. That was cool. Right, my last game then. Another wicked find. It's Nier Replicant. Version 1.22474487139 ... because why not? So I recently completed Nier Automata for the PS4 and I absolutely loved it. I played it for a few hours and then I put it down. I played for a few hours, put it down. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because I was just playing other games coming out around the time, so it kept fitting in between other stuff. And then I picked it up about a month or two ago. Just randomly, I just really thought I want to play that game, so I picked it up and ended up completing Automata, and I loved it. Amazing. It's got multiple endings. Basically, when you complete the game, it says at the end, "Thank you for playing this game by Square Enix." Blah blah blah. This isn't really a spoiler anyway, and it just says the game is meant to be played multiple times. Try starting it again. So you start what you think is a new game, and you're basically playing it again, but from almost like a different perspective. And it sounds like there's even more than that, and every time you play it, more. It's really good. So I think this is a remake of the PS3 game Nier, or something of the sort, because I think there was Nier that came out in Europe and maybe America, and then there's Nier that came out in Japan, and they were different games. Not totally sure on this. This is a remake or master of one of those, I think. But if it's anything like Automata, and anything like the writing and the quirky weirdness, so Automata gave me a bit of the golden age of Square Enix feeling, if I'm honest. And I know that sounds weird because it didn't necessarily play like Final Fantasy 8 or 9 or 7, but it just had this love in it. Do you get what I mean? When I played it, it's just like the menus were all crisp and nice, the writing was really clever, the voice acting was good. I just liked it.
And I love that went into the game.
It did, more so than Final Fantasy 15. Didn't really like that game, thought it was not great, to be honest. Bit of a disappointment. We waited a long time for that, and as we played it, we got more and more turned off all the way through. But this isn't a rant about 15. This is me basically saying that if this is anything like the other game, I'm really looking forward to playing it. It's not long been out, so it's still like a new game price. This was on that game market for half that, and it's in mint condition, and I saw it. It was randomly on the store, just on its own with a price on it, and I had to double take when I saw it. I was like, "What?" And so I just grabbed it straight away. I was like, "Yeah, I love that." So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing that. And if it is different to the PS3 version, I would quite like to get that as well and play through that. That again becoming a bit of a pricey game. So that's it. But Nier Replicant,
good find.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, you've still got one.
I
was trying to drag it out a bit then, because I thought it was the end of the video.
Picked up a bunch of Mega Drive games.
Really got that, yeah.
Yeah, I've got some really good ones in there.
Yeah, there's some cool ones in there.
So I picked up Mega Games 6 and 3. So Mega Games 3 has Alien Storm, Super Thunder Blade,
yeah,
and Super Monaco. Got World Cup, Mega Games 6, it's got World Cup Italia 90, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, The Revenge of Shinobi, Super Hang On, and Columns. I used to have this when I was a kid. Me and my sister played the hell out of Golden Axe.
Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, classic.
I remember playing World Cup Italia 90 with my dad all the time. Yeah, this was really close to that.
I had this one, and I had a couple of the games of the other one. Some of these Mega Drive games, and they're still playable today.
Yeah,
they're so fun.
Well, I wanted to pick up Gunstar Heroes just in the box, but they are quite pricey. Altered Beast as well, quite pricey. Yeah. Found this Classics Collection. So Gunstar Heroes, Altered Beast, Flicky, never played that, and and Alex Kidd, The Enchanted Castle. So yeah, it's great to pick up these three games that have a collection of the best Sega Mega Drive games on there. And then I also picked up Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Tides of Time, Echo the Dolphin 2.
Oh, cool. I
It's
didn't
Echo the
actually
Dolphin.
see that you picked up the second one. That's cool that you got both of those.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's Echo the Dolphin. Like.
I remember that being a game back in the day that, like, you'd sort of play it and not really know what you was doing, and then once you started figuring it out, it was actually quite a lot of fun. But I do remember going around sort of some friends' house who had some like younger siblings and stuff, knowing we just sat and they'd just be going around and just liking the fact they were swimming around, but did not have a clue.
Yeah,
I think it's actually quite a difficult game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out of all those though, mate, Gunstar Heroes is probably one of my all-time favourites. That is an absolutely fantastic game. I mean, obviously Altered Beast and stuff, but I feel out of all of them, that one, Gunstar Heroes don't maybe get talked about as much. But me and my little brother, we played the hell out of Gunstar Heroes because it's 2-player and the combinations of like you pick up different parts of the weapons. So you can pick up like a weapon that will just like fire like multiple bullets at once, and then you can get another weapon which is like not heat seeking but like follows the enemy. So then when you pick up both those, it mixes them together. So whichever weapon you pick up and then whichever one you mix with, you end up with loads of different combinations of them. So it's just really clever, and for an old game like that, and like I say, even today, it's still a lot of fun. The music was cool.
I remember, like, as a side, because you can like hang off stuff and then shoot it, and you can
shoot
it, like,
it's just so cool.
Well, you can.
I think you have to select at the beginning of a level when you select your character or something like that. There's 2 different ways to play it. You can play it so you can choose 8-way shooting, I think it is, but you can't move while you're shooting. Or you can have 4-way shooting, but you can move when you shoot. Something like that. I can't remember why, but I remember being something like that. But Mega Drive's fairly good to collect for at the minute, isn't it, Peds?
Yeah, like decent prices and
loads of Mega Drive games there. At least in England or whatever. So I was really pleasantly surprised. Way more than SNES, same generation. There was some SNES there, but there was nothing that stood out. Obviously, with the fact that Mega Drive were ahead of the curve by having plastic cases, so most Mega Drive games are still in the case. Look at all your Nintendo games that came in cardboard. They're either really expensive or you get them cart only. So Mega Drive's a cool console to collect for, mate.
Yeah, that's it. I was talking to someone just before I went in and they were on about what games I wanted. I said I want to like boost up my Mega Drive collection. Like, are you bothered about having it in the box or cart only? To be fair, I'm not too fussed. Like, I'd gladly collect it. Like, the thing is, I think around here you don't actually really find them in the cart. Like, all Mega Drive games.
I don't see them. So, yeah, I don't see.
Like, who would have thrown away the box?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, really happy.
I mean, you say that, but then you see like 2DS games. Yeah. Who throws away a 2DS box? It's literally made of plastic. But maybe they get lost when they get put in the cases and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think to the game market then? Should we have a little round up and just sort of say our thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, for starters, I'm really happy we've got to go. Obviously, like, I'm really looking forward to going in December of 2020, but again, it got cancelled due to the pandemic. So yeah, to be able to go back to a game market again, really enjoyed that.
It's been the best part of a year and a half now. So
yeah, that's it. There was definitely a lot less vendors there that were there last time. So in terms of prices, there weren't drastic spikes in prices, but then the prices varied when you're in there drastically. So like one vendor, I could see a game that would be, for example, could be a £5, and then you go to the other side of the venue and it'll be like 15, 20 quid. Yeah. And so really, I always have to keep telling myself, just take your time. Unless there's a couple of games that I knew that I wanted. I knew the price that I wanted to pay for them. That I was happy to pay for them. And so if I saw them, I just picked them up straight away.
I nearly picked up a PS2 game that I wanted. PS2 game that I played back in the day. Really enjoyed it, and it was like £8, £10, something like that. Fairly good condition. And I just went to pick it up, and then I remember thinking to myself, hold on a minute, this seems a little bit pricey for this. I don't know why. And I just had a quick look online, and you can pick it up for like £1.50 from CEX. So I was just like, and I know they're trying to make a living and stuff, but there was some stuff that I had to sort of second guess myself a little bit on, because I was paying more for it there, when really I think at a game market, one of the ideas is finding rare stuff which the price is the price, and just picking up stuff maybe a bit cheaper, or I don't know really. It's like
getting deals.
Yeah, maybe getting deals because you're buying stuff together and people have got a lot more stock. And I believe that places like eBay, a little bit of advantage is taken there because it's one of the only places you can get some of these old things. So people do put a bit of a premium on it, and I get it. you know, people want to make money. That's what it's all about. You know, selling stuff is about making money, obviously. But yeah, as far as the collecting goes, they want a bad selection now. It was a bit less than last time.
It was still really good. Like
it was a lot
recommend
of fun,
anyone
yeah.
If it's ever on, get yourself a ticket. You can just pay on the door, but you go in
tickets
an hour
cheap.
later. Yeah,
Tickets
it
cheap.
cost us like £4 each for a ticket.
It's not.
You can't argue about it. It's a fun day out. We absolutely love it.
Yeah,
surrounded by people that just like us into video games.
Yeah, you know, like literally, it takes a half hour, an hour to walk around. You know, give yourself a couple of hours and have a good dig through like the boxes and stuff. There was some rare stuff there.
Yeah.
For me, so is there anything that, in hindsight, sort of similar to what I did last time? Is there anything that you saw there that you wish you'd got?
No, I wish I got. Ooh.
And maybe put it into two things. Is there something that you saw there that you would like to have got, but it was a little bit too pricey? Not that it was more than it should be, but it's just an expensive game. And then maybe something that was an alright price, but you just didn't pick up.
I think that'll probably be Twilight Princess for the GameCube. I really want that game again. I've got the case, but no disc.
Right.
I lost
so you almost want a disc, really, don't you?
Yeah.
That might be.
I'm just not willing to spend £90.
Oh, really?
for a game that I just need the disc.
Sweet. Wow.
Yourself?
Is that an expensive game that you wish you'd picked up? What about a game that you saw or that wasn't expensive that you'd like to pick? You wish you'd picked up?
To be honest, I picked up everything.
Yeah.
So obviously the other games are just more just stuff that.
Yeah. For me, it was definitely. I like the Fire Emblem games. I've only got a couple, but I would like to collect a few more of them. For me, it was Path of Radiance. To get Path of Radiance for, I think it's actually for GameCube. I don't even own a GameCube, but I'd just like to have it because it's meant to be a good game. One of the reasons it's expensive. So that was one that was too pricey for me, but I'd like. And another one, or another couple really, were Star Ocean for the PS2 and what's it called? The story, Grand Theft Auto Stories one, Chinatown.
Oh, Chinatown. Yeah.
It wasn't a bad price. It was about what you pay for it, maybe minus the postage, and it was there. It was in good condition. And I when I got back, I thought I wish I'd just picked it up. Because the good thing about the game market is that you can see it. It's there.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you look at something and maybe think, okay, I can get this for a normal price, it might be worth thinking: is there a chance that you could get it in a worse condition? Because if it's right there in front of you and it's like looking, you know, in good condition with all of its, you know, manual, if that's important to you, then that's why the game markets for us are good in that way. Because some places like CEX, not taking anything away from them, but you order something from there, you've got a couple of quid postage per item, and it could come and it could be a mess. And yeah, you can take it back under that condition, maybe say, this is a bit of a mess, can I have a better version? But you don't really know what you're getting. You can't see it first without going to the store. So,
and I think my thing with game collecting is like, all these games I could just put online, but I think.
Definitely. But it's the thrill of the hunt, isn't it? It's to go in there and find them. But it's just trying to think of those ones that, because you could just buy everything there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could fill out your whole collection with everything you ever wanted. For me, one other thing was that there's a load of PlayStation 3 collections. So I've got a few of them. I've got the Silent Hill collection. I've got the Tomb Raider collection, Splinter Cell collection, Hitman collection. They go on. But I'm missing a few of them. Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, I'm missing one of the God of War collections, but I have got the other one. There was a store which was where you got one of your games, the Scarface one. And he had such a good selection. So he had basically all of them in really good condition. I mean, they are just generally a bit pricey now anyway, but I could have spent a few £100. That, for me, that's something I would like to get, is one of those. But other than that, though, I had a great time. It's worth a couple of hour trip out for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's another one or there's meant to be another one in March, as long as there's no restrictions. One in March and one in December. So hopefully we'll have another video in March.
Yeah. So next year we'll try and go to some other ones as well.
Yeah, definitely. We want to like branch out a little bit. Now we realise what they're about. We've got a bit more of an idea about them, because we've not really been to many. We more go to like car boots and second-hand game shops, that sort of thing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what else we can find. It's just saving up a bit of money for it. And, and go with that. But yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, guys, for watching. And
thanks for bearing with us with another longish pickups video. But we hope you enjoyed just seeing what we've got and seeing all the random stuff, and it might perk your interest into something you've never seen before. And that's why we do these videos, because we like watching other people do these things. We found so many games by watching other people just going, here's things we picked up recently. Here's a PS1 game. Here's a strategy guide, or a PS. It's just so much random stuff. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy these as we do more of them. And yeah, take care.
We'll see you later.